This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. After about $2 million and more than 2 years of development, the former Gresham Hotel in Dunedin is almost unrecognisable. While the exterior may look familiar, the building's inside is completely new. And now the developer is casting his eye over the next potential project.
A 2.5-year labour of love. The former Gresham Hotel in central Dunedin has been completely refurbished to house a mix of accommodation units. Developer Steve McKnight says he was drawn to the location and quality of the building.
And probably would like to see it done up, and I always wanted to. And the opportunity came up, and it's a great site for apartments, a great location for commercial, very prominent. So I saw the opportunity to do something with it.
He spent about $2 million on the refit, which has taken just over 2.5 years to date. The finishing touches are being completed over the next few months. And McKnight says the demolition was a painstaking 12-month process, stripping back added layer upon layer to reveal the original structure.
So over the life of the building, 120 years, people continually, every 20-30 years, would redevelop the building and add to it, and add new ceilings and new walls and so on. So it was a matter of getting all that out, and on a very busy corner we had to get the materials down and get them out the door, which is very labour intensive and time consuming.
He says there's nothing like swinging a sledgehammer and getting dirty to bring out his inner child. But dozens of contractors were also employed on the project. McKnight says the layout of the new apartments is in keeping with the building's layout.
Where we've got brick walls, we try and keep them and work within that shell and use the aspects of the building that have significance or are interesting to provide the interest to the apartment.
The former hotel doesn't have a heritage listing. McKnight says as Dunedin's older buildings get more run down, their value tends to become less noticeable. He's got the first tenants moving in and is finishing off the rest of the 8 apartments. The developer's also pondering what the next project will be. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
A southern electricity company is under scrutiny for allegedly failing to repair and replace dangerous power poles. Delta admits there is a backlog of poles which need fixing or replacing, but it maintains safety is a priority. Last week, a business development manager for the company walked off the job over his concerns. He alleges Delta staff and the public are at risk of old and damaged poles falling over. A random sample reportedly revealed that 99% of poles needing replacement within a year didn't have the required red warning tags on them. A dozen Delta poles allegedly toppled in one 3-week period. Delta manages the electricity network in Dunedin and central Otago and is part of the Dunedin City Council's financial arm. A Southland man is claiming he had 1080 poison dropped on him during a peaceful protest recently. He was up a tree in Te Anau within what he thought was a safe zone to film 1080 being dropped nearby. And now he's looking to authorities for answers.
A peaceful protest against the use of 1080 in Southland turned ugly last Friday. Shane Wilson went up a tree in Te Anau to protest and film the drop in what he says was pointed out to be a safe zone. After climbing down the tree, he was hit in the face by pellets and could taste the poison dust.
I'm still not great today, but the stress is a contributor too. But the side effects of having a mouthful of 1080 poison was clearly visible for 48-hour period after.
He says he felt flu-like symptoms for days afterwards. Wilson says the 2 security guards standing outside the drop zone told him the Cascade Creek area was safe. It is unknown which company the guards were working for. Wilson says he asked for a map of the aerial drop zone, but the guards didn't have one.
I was told I was in a safe zone and it was dumped on my head. You know, that was the biggest thing of what half of this demonstration is about, them dumping out of the zones or dumping on the public, you know, whether you're a protester or a camper.
The use of 1080 is a controversial topic all over the country, with nationwide protests taking place recently. The Department of Conservation said in a statement to the South today that Wilson entered the drop zone after he was warned not to. They also said that the 1080 drop was carried out in the set confines. The matter's now been referred to police, who are investigating the claim, but were unable to comment when approached by the South today. Wilson is calling for change.
To stop it completely would be cool, but regulations tighter would be the best good start.
New Zealand First MP Richard Prosser is delivering Wilson's police statement to Parliament this evening in an effort to get tougher regulations around the use of 1080. Ruby Spink, The South Today.
A 62-year-old Oamaru man is in Dunedin Hospital after being shot in the head at close range. The man was fishing with a friend on Tuesday night when he was struck by an air-powered bait launcher. Police say the machine had malfunctioned and the two men were trying to get it going when it fired, shooting one in the head. He was in a critical condition last night. Police inquiries about the incident are continuing. Bait launchers can cast bait attached to fishing lines about 300 metres using an air compressor. Members of a spiritual movement are marking 20 years of providing affordable and wholesome lunches for University of Otago students. The Dunedin Krishna community dishes up food on campus every weekday, and members are showing no signs of slowing down.
Every day during the working week, a group of volunteers from Krishna Dunedin put on a $3 lunch at the OUSA Recreation Centre. The group is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the practice. They are led by Jane Beecroft, who says she started the service based on a key teaching of her faith.
Our founder of the Hare Krishna movement, his wish was that no one within a 10-mile radius of any Hare Krishna centres would ever go hungry, and so he especially wanted us to provide, delicious, blessed vegetarian food for the people to eat.
Beecroft says that worldwide the Hare Krishna movement serves over 1 million plates of free food per day, and she estimates her own team has cooked around 500,000 meals during their time at the university. It isn't only cooking that has taken place, however, with close bonds formed with some regular customers.
I have people from all over the world writing to me. I'm hoping that when I do finally retire that I can do a world trip and go and visit them all. But I've helped many through personal crises, and just I think that feeling of just coming and seeing someone that cares every day really makes a big difference in their life.
Beecroft will soon be taking a trip to India to reconnect with the roots of the Hare Krishna movement. Today might be a celebration of 20 years of hard work, but she doesn't have any plans of slowing down after her trip.
I also do some volunteer work over there in a food distribution program, and just connect with my roots and get my batteries charged for next year, I suppose you could say. Hare Krishna Dunedin members will continue the service next year, and they're also planning to grow their own vegetables for the meals. Jack Conroy, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a day in the life of an Otago town is about to be captured, and police urge Labour weekend holidaymakers to buckle up, Buttercup.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order Emu oil today.
The 2016 Dunedin Relay for Life will be held on the 19th and 20th of November at Forsyth Bar Stadium. The event will be full of fun, entertainment and team spirit. The Relay for Life is a 24-hour event where you and your team take part in walking a track to support local people affected by cancer.
Hi there, my name's John Moyle and I am a cancer survivor. I had cancer 10 years ago and I'll be all clear in December this year, 10 years, so it's a great accomplishment. The Cancer Society did amazing work in Otago and I've made some good friends and met some good people through that. Relay for Life is one of their major fundraisers for the year, and I stress it's really important people to get behind it. It's great fun, and since I've moved into Forsyth Bar, the weather's not an issue. So get amongst it, raise some money, get your friends and family, workmates together, and get down and support the Relay for Life, because the things that Cancer Society do for the people in Otago in the way of services, providing support for families and people going through cancer treatment. We want to see you down there at Forsyth Bar, raising lots of money, having lots of fun, November this year.
Hi, I'm Nick. This is my third relay. We've had lots of fun fundraising for the Relay for Life this year. We've been doing cheese rolls with real onion. We've been selling raffles and have a quiz night coming up, which we're busy collecting prizes for that. We've had so much fun doing this in the past years. Can't wait to do it again. Hope to see you there.
It's not too late to join in the fun. Register now, relayforlife.org.nz.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. The Department of Conservation is investigating the theft of 2 bench seats from the Silver Peaks track near Dunedin. A tramping group recently discovered the seats have been sawn off their posts and stolen. They were installed by volunteer members of the Green Hut track group who clear and maintain the Silver Peaks track. 2 weeks after the seats were installed earlier this year, they were vandalised. Volunteers repaired them and now dock staff are asking for help in identifying the people who stole them. 1 seat was funded by the family of the group's founder and the other celebrated a community achievement. Budding Dunedin photographers are about to embark on a project to record a moment in the city's history. The Otago Polytechnic students are going to capture one day in the life of Dunedin starting at midnight, and their images might be archived for generations to come.
An alternative take on a time capsule. Otago Polytechnic photography students are preparing to capture present-day Dunedin for a project with a historic twist. It's been inspired by the work of a man living in the city decades ago.
Over 150 years ago, a man called Daniel Mundi took some photos of Princess Street at that time, and he walked down one side, photographed the opposite side, and having done that, then turned around and repeated the procedure.
Those images are now in Toitū Otago Settlers Museum. Gable says the students are excited about producing something similar for future generations. Just over 20 budding photographers will be involved, busily capturing as much as they can during a day within their assigned task areas.
We're trying to give a sort of well-rounded portrait of the city, I suppose. So we've thought about the subject matter that might include. So things like transport, health, education, people at work, retailing, all sorts of different aspects of our city.
It's the 4th year this has been done at the Polytechnic, but the first time students are being assessed on their involvement. Gable says it's a good learning opportunity.
We really like the idea of taking photos that don't normally get taken. I mean, in the course of any one day in New Zealand, there's perhaps millions of photos taken, but there's a lot of photos that aren't taken. And those photos are typically of the kind of mundane, the sort of detail that we take for granted.
He says as the archived photographs age, they'll acquire new meaning and significance. Participating student Bindi Leach is excited about going into the bottling plant at Emerson's Brewery and showcasing lesser-known parts of Dunedin. She's planning to photograph about 50 different places and hopes to gain some valuable skills in the process.
I like talking to people, so just that, meeting new people that don't often get to be involved in things like this because people aren't aware of them. So just new contacts really will be really good.
The 24-hour project begins at midnight and the final images will be showcased at Toitu. Jack Conroy, The South Today.
Southern Police have a simple message to encourage road safety this Labour weekend. They're urging people to buckle up, buttercup, and the warning comes as the country's road toll exceeds the norm.
Buckle up, buttercup. That's the message from Southern Police to motorists planning on travelling this Labour weekend. Already more than 70 people have died on New Zealand roads this year. That's more than the typical annual number of about 60. And local officers say they'll have a strong presence on roads this weekend in response.
The message that police have got, when you're going away, think safety, observe the speed limits, and look, make sure you're wearing your seatbelts. So far this year, 71 people have died in crashes who weren't wearing seatbelts, and we've still got 2 months of the year to go. So it's just not on.
He says the fine for someone not wearing a seatbelt is $150. But it's not about money. Police want people to survive the long weekend.
Look, I think a lot of people do wear the seatbelts. It's your greatest piece of safety equipment in the car. Some people just get into the habit of not wearing them, and look, you just never know what's going to happen out there on the road. If you're wearing your seatbelt, you've got a greater chance of survival in a crash.
The New Zealand Transport Agency also has a few tips for holiday driving. Motorists are encouraged to allow plenty of time for travel and to take regular breaks. Drivers are also being advised to share the load.
Police will be out on the roads. We want to make sure that everyone gets to and from this holiday destination safely, and that's what we'll be out enforcing the road rules, but we really just want everyone to be safe.
Both police and the NZTA recommend people take time to ensure their vehicle is safe, checking tyres, space savers, indicators, windshield wipers and lights. They remind motorists that some drivers will be on unfamiliar roads and to please be patient. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, we focus on the Clutha district where the Super Masters games have been held and residents comment on the improvements made to Barklow's main street.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
The 2016 Dunedin Relay for Life will be held on the 19th and 20th of November at Forsyth Bar Stadium. The event will be full of fun, entertainment and team spirit. The Relay for Life is a 24-hour event where you and your team take part in walking a track to support local people affected by cancer.
Hi there, my name's John Moyle and I am a cancer survivor. I had cancer 10 years ago and I'll be all clear in December this year, 10 years, so it's a great accomplishment. Cancer Society did amazing work in Otago. I've met made some good friends and met some good people through that. Relay for Life is one of their major fundraisers for the year, and I stress it's really important people to get behind it. It's great fun, and since I've moved into Forsyth Bar, the weather's not an issue. So get amongst it, raise some money, get your friends and family, workmates together, and get down and support the Relay for Life, because the things that Cancer Society do for the people in Otago in the way of services, providing support for families and people going through cancer treatment. But we want to see you down there at Forsyth Bar, raising lots of money, having lots of fun, November this year.
Hi, I'm Nick. This is my third relay. We've had lots of fun fundraising for the Relay for Life this year. We've been doing cheese rolls with real onion. We've been selling raffles and have a quiz night coming up, which we're busy collecting prizes for that. We've had so much fun doing this in the past years. Can't wait to do it again. Hope to see you there.
It's not too late to join in the fun. Register now, relayforlife.org.nz.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. The 20th Annual Supermasters Games has been held in the Barklow War Memorial Hall yesterday. More than 100 senior citizens from Clutha District rest homes and clubs participated in the friendly competition. Otago Daily Times reporter Samuel White went along.
Hand netball was just one of 5 sports that brought together South Otago's older and wiser generation. Hi, I'm Samuel White and I'm at the Clutha District Supermasters Games in Barklow. Events today consisted of skittles and twister throw in what is supposed to be the district's own version of the Olympics for senior citizens.
We hear from the carers, they go home from here and they talk about it for weeks and weeks, who did best on which job and who got a medal, and they look forward to it for months beforehand.
Clutha District Mayor Brian Cadogan opened the event along with South Otago High School head pupils Ashton Terrell and Sophie Mills. The event is in its 20th year and is intended to be a light-hearted and fun competition for the older folk.
Yeah, it was devised purely and simply to give the old folks a day out.
I'm Samuel White for the South Today.
Almost $3 million has been spent upgrading Barklow's main street. Otago Daily Times reporter Samuel White has been asking people what they think of the improvement and whether it's worth the cost.
It's a lot nicer looking, but my biggest grievance is the parking. And it's a real pain with these concrete barriers. So if I've got a ute and you're trying to park a ute into the without actually having to go over these concrete barriers, it's just virtually impossible.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yep.
Why is that?
It looks really good.
Cool. And what have they improved on?
On the picnic area here and the footpath for the wheelchairs.
It looks quite nice, but $2.7 million is a lot of money. So I don't know if you get value for money.
I actually really like that, Brad. I think it's brought a lot of beauty to the town. Parking hasn't been an issue. We've lost a few parks, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it looks a lot better. The paved area across in the bank is beautiful, and I often use it when the sun's out. So no, I think it's very good, and yes, definitely worth the money. It's brought a new feel to the town, and it's just kind of revitalised it and revamped it.
I think it's been fantastic. The place looks really good, much better than it used to, and yeah, I think it was worth it.
I think it looks really, really nice. It's a huge improvement. Yeah, it's good.
What are some of the things you like about it?
I like all the trees and plants and things, and the only thing I don't like is those little concrete things that are out on the road where you have to park.
No, it's not, because straight after they finished it, they were back fixing up mistakes, and you know, it's more ratepayers' money, which is unnecessary money.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. A $2 million redevelopment of the former Gresham Hotel in central Dunedin is almost complete after more than 2 years. A 1080 protester is seeking answers from authorities after having pellets of the poison dropped on him near Tianau. And Dunedin's Hare Krishna community is marking 20 years of providing cheap, healthy lunches for local tertiary students. It's time now to find out what's going to be inside tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and Dave Cannon joins us. Good evening.
Vicky, how are you?
Good, thank you.
It's great to see the old Gresham getting a bit of a facelift.
It looks fantastic.
Had the odd drink in there in the old days, probably before you were born, but anyway. Our main story tomorrow, we're looking at the state of Aurora's power poles in Dunedin. Not too good by the looks of things, and so we're talk to the whistleblower chap, and we're going to talk to Delta as well. So we're trying to produce the whole sort of story tomorrow about what's going on there, and we've got Delta's response as well. So yeah, quite a concern there about safety. There's a few ructions at the council. There's been some committees and things sorted out today.
Already?
I'm afraid Councillor Vandervis, I understand, was offered a subcommittee chairmanship and turned it down, so he's ended up with nothing. So we'll have coverage of that tomorrow. Concern from a school in Dunedin, or some schools, about a sex offender that's been placed in their vicinity by the Corrections Department, so we've got that as well. A new district commander for the police has been named, and the WASH is looking at Rutherford's Corner and some more on the Silver Peaks vandalism we've been covering this week.
Excellent, that's tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Dave. Time now for tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Manuka Honey.
Here's today's southern view. It's taken of an angel at the Andersons Bay Cemetery. To the situation, and a ridge of high pressure is spreading over the far south, but by Sunday cloud will be increasing as a depression prepares to move over us. So it's looking like a fine day tomorrow for Barklow, the Catlins, Gore and Lumsden, highs of around 13 or 14 degrees. And we're looking for a fine day tomorrow for Alexandra, Queenstown, Tianau and Wanaka. Also highs of around 13 or 14 degrees. And it's going to be a fine day tomorrow for Marama, Twizel and Timaru, all on 14, becoming fine in Oamaru with a high of 12. There they go there. In Dunedin tonight, showers clearing, gusty southwest is easing. Tonight's low 1 degree. Tomorrow mostly fine with southerlies dying out. Frosts possible at night, a high of 13. And on Saturday mostly fine and sunny with a high of 16. In Invercargill tonight, showers clearing, southwest is dying out with a low of 0. Tomorrow mostly fine and sunny with frosts possible at night, 13 degrees. And on Saturday fine with northerlies, high cloud increasing and a high of 17. And that is news from around the south today. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.